I am pretty obsessed with productivity. I use a lot of little tips and tricks that help me throughout my day to be more productive, but these are 7 productive girly tips that I use that I think are especially important for women. And this isn't going to be like stupid stuff like color code your markers or something like that. That would be stereotypically girl oriented, maybe, but useless. No, these are like actual tips that I think are really important for women to know about because it might be that little thing that cracks the code for you and really, really like 10x's your productivity. So, let's get into it. Welcome to my channel. I turn self-growth ideas into practical systems and tips that can actually help you stay organized, build better habits, and improve your mindset. I have a background in psychology research and project management, so this channel is all about sustainable and practical progress without hustle culture and with room for creativity and fun. So I'm going to take you through the 7 tips and explain why I think they're so important specifically for women. So number 1 is to externalize your brain. I think that women are often kind of put on with the burden of remembering stuff for others. I have at least experienced this. I know that a lot of like my girlfriends and stuff has as well. Even if you don't have kids, I feel like in work or even in friends situations and stuff, people kind of dump info on you and you're kind of oftentimes expected to be like the responsible one. So externalize your brain. Make sure you have a place where you can info dump, whether that's a notebook that you maybe keep in your car, or for me, it's like a Notion page for different topics in my life that I can quickly just even voice note into. And I think that for me, it really helps me keep my brain clear so my brain can actually do strategy and creative work. And it's not like some sort of just sticky note place where like my brain is just full with 5 million kajillion things. Number 2 is to fix the tension in your body. Women are known to hold more tension in their body, especially in places like the hips, the pelvic floor, the neck. And this is something that I've noticed with myself as well, especially if it's like maybe an emotional time or you're extra stressed, that you may not realize how tense your body is. So I think that if you can work in like even 10 minutes of like yoga, yoga-esque movement in your day or some light stretching or something between Zoom calls, it can actually help you so much, and it really clears your mind as well. The mind-body connection, can't speak today, mind-body connection is so important. Like I've noticed that for myself as well, and I think that a lot of times until you actually discover that mind-body connection, you don't realize how much tenseness you're holding within your body, and you also don't realize that it's handicapping your mind. So fix the tension in your body, and like literally it will change your life. Number 3 is to work with your cycle even loosely. I am not in the camp of people like actually trying the cycle sync because like I want to be able to do everything at all times during my cycle. Like I want to be able to do a hard workout every single day of the month if I want to do that. But that being said, like being aware of it is actually like still really helpful. It also helps you, I think, be a little bit more in touch with yourself, like realizing like, okay, I'm probably like paying more attention to this right now because I'm in X part of the cycle, or like, oh, I'm noticing this, interesting. Like, and I think that it becomes a superpower when you become aware of it. And I think that also towards the end of the cycle, people always just think that girls are being delusional, but sometimes, especially if you're maybe more of a people pleaser personality, which is something that I suffer from, it actually becomes really helpful because sometimes that's the only time when I realize that somebody isn't treating me very well and stuff. So yeah, maybe a little bit abstract here, but just like be aware of it, and that already can be very, very helpful. Number 4 is to create aesthetic, friction-free systems. This is the closest I'm going to get to the color coding of the markers. Obviously, I don't really think there's any need for color coding. I don't think there's ever a need for color coding, but I do think that there's something to be said about keeping your space clean and tidy, like just your desk area or wherever you do your work. I think that men are maybe a little bit more adept at working in a war zone, when I think, at least for me, like I'm probably going to be like more productive and clear thinking if, you know, I've tidied up my space a little bit. So yeah, I think that that is a trait that really is maybe a little bit more female oriented. So if that's you, maybe just take some time to tidy up your space, and it may 10x your productivity, may definitely be worth the time. Number 5 is to use soft starts to beat procrastination. I do think that women are more prone to perfectionism. So I think, and perfectionism, as we know, is like one of the key drivers of procrastination. So if you're like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to do this, I want to do it perfectly, you are going to procrastinate, and that's something that I've experienced as well. So if you just allow yourself to be like, okay, I'm only going to do step 1 of this 10-step task, or you know what, I'm going to do step 1 and 2, but I'm going to be okay that it may not be very good, like I may have to proofread it tomorrow. That alone can help mobilize you and be a catalyst for urgency and for action. And I think that knowing that that's something that maybe you're prone to is a superpower in itself and will help you actually start so many different projects and tasks that otherwise maybe you wouldn't have done due to perfectionism. Number 6 is to design for energy, not discipline. I think that it's really important to sync up to your energy level. If something happened that was like emotionally draining, then just being aware of that and being like, okay, you know what, maybe I'll do more administrative tasks instead of like this big project I'm working on, and just to be like really in touch with your own energy. And that being said, also maybe you are more in a creative energy one day when then maybe the other day you're not, and maybe that's the time to do like, I don't know, maybe a task that's less creative and more logical and mathematical. So just being like really in touch with yourself. And I think that's something that women are good at anyway. So just looking inward and knowing, selecting a task based on that. Number 7 is to replace hustle with containment. I am so obsessed with Parkinson's law, and I think that it's so important that everybody's aware of that you can probably do the 45-minute task in 35 minutes or maybe even 25 minutes. And why like work more than we need to, like work smart, not hard. Put containments around your tasks and around the things that you're doing in your projects, and you will find that you might actually do them better and in less time. So yeah, those are my 7 ones to try. I hope that they're helpful, and cheers.